Hi, you're watching Vlog Plus English, a vlog that teaches you English. Today I'm talking about my morning routine. The first thing I always do, apart from going to the bathroom, is airing my bed sheets. I leave the duvet or comforter to air for about 10 minutes. Then I draw the curtains and open the window to air the room, which has become stuffy over the night. I also have this huge cardamom plant that I try to mist every day because its natural habitat is South Asian rainforests, so it needs a lot of humidity. Finally, I make the bed. Well, if I'm allowed to. I usually get a few things done before breakfast. Those are usually simple things like replying to messages or emails, writing the content plan for the day or for the week, and then breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. I actually stick to the same foods every day. Black tea with a slice of lemon, and yeah, it might sound weird, but it's something Eastern European, something I'm used to. Because that's where I come from. A few slices of bread with butter and cheese, or with cream cheese and smoked salmon. And although my breakfast consists of the same things every day, I also love having breakfast foods for lunch and dinner. Let me know if you're the same. I'm talking oatmeal or porridge, fried or scrambled eggs, pancakes or crepes. So on weekdays, I usually have breakfast on my own because my husband, just like today, my husband has already left work. He starts work at 7 a.m. Is the ticking of the clock too loud? I hope not. Anyway, my husband starts work at 7 a.m, so I usually have breakfast on my own. And I know I shouldn't do that. I know I should be focusing on my food, but I usually read a newsletter, which is called Espresso. Can you see that? Yeah. And the pun is intended. I know it's espresso, and she knows it's espresso. I mean, the author of this newsletter. And I've been a paid subscriber of this newsletter on Patreon for more than 5 years now. And I know I'm not going to say anything new, but we're bombarded with content, yeah, all the time, every day, videos, news, everything. And about 5 years ago, I realised that my mind just wasn't coping with this barrage of information. And you know, I just thought it's really interesting that we use words related to war, to bombard, a barrage of something to talk about content. Yeah, really interesting. Anyway, I realised I wasn't coping, and one of my students at the time recommended this newsletter to me, and I've been a loyal subscriber on Patreon for more than 5 years. So what I like the most about this newsletter is that the news is not delivered every day. It's just Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Every day would just be much too much, you know. And I really like the style. I like how she presents the news really concisely. So like it's quite short, this newsletter, with the links to all the original sources. And there's also a lot of humour and memes. And cultural news. Yeah, I like it so much that this, as I've already said, is the only type of news that I consume. Okay, I'm back, and actually I wanted to say that I've recently launched my own Patreon page, so if you want to support what I do, if you want to get access to exclusive videos that I'm not going to post anywhere else, Q&As, also book giveaways, just consider subscribing and maybe, yeah, supporting my work. Thank you. So, here's my breakfast today. Yes, I'm a weirdo, I know. Take it or leave it. And we're back here. I'm wearing a different outfit because I'm shooting this on a different day, but I want to continue this video by saying that
That's all. That's the whole of my morning routine. Can you believe it? Well, actually, yeah, I want to teach you some more vocabulary while talking about why I think obsessing over the perfect morning routine, the perfect evening routine is not going to do you any good. And yeah, if you obsess over something, that means you think too much about it. And yeah, it's not going to do you any good. To do someone good means, yeah, to do something good for someone, well, that's easy. Well, the first problem with a morning routine is that your day then, or your morning then, lacks spontaneity. So spontaneity is when you can do things that you haven't planned just because you want to do them at this particular moment. But that's just part of the problem, the lack of spontaneity, yeah? Because the idea of a perfect morning routine or a perfect evening routine was born in the sphere of self-improvement or self-optimization. Yeah, we can optimize ourselves to be the most productive possible. A morning routine is normally packed with productivity hacks. If something is packed with something, there is a lot of it, of the second thing in the first thing. So a morning routine is packed with productivity tips or productivity hacks. All those, morning routine or productivity gurus are people with a lot of knowledge. So all those productivity gurus, they want us to believe that a well choreographed routine is going to set us up for success. A well choreographed. You know what to choreograph means? There is a choreographer who directs, so to speak, a dancing, like a team of dancers for a performance on stage. But in this case, I'm using this word figuratively, a well choreographed routine. So a routine, again, which is very well thought through and kind of directed by you. As I've said, those productivity gurus, they are trying to convince us that a well choreographed routine is going to set us up for success. So it's going to lead to success. But in fact, it can be a recipe for disaster, as they say, yeah? A recipe for disaster, so a really bad thing. And what I mean by that is that, firstly, you may try to just go through the motions, yeah, to just do whatever is in your plan for the morning routine, yeah? Because sometimes you might not feel like doing what is in that morning routine. And because a routine, well, that's the exact opposite of spontaneity, right? So you feel like you have to do it and you just go through the motions. But that's okay. That's not a disaster. That's not too bad. The worst case scenario is when you start feeling anxious or even guilty because you are not doing something, because you're not putting 50 creams on your face and you're not doing face massage. I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want to feel guilty, so I don't have a morning routine. That's it. Thank you for watching this far. You will really help me. I will be really grateful if you don't just leave a comment under this video, but also watch as many videos as you can on my channel, because I have finally switched on the monetization for my YouTube channel just about a week ago. So now everything, like every ad that you see, or if you're watching my videos with the YouTube premium subscription, YouTube is paying me for that. Yay! So yeah, just consider that, and maybe, yeah, watch as many videos as you can. And also please consider subscribing, becoming a paid subscriber on my Patreon page, where you can support what I do and also get access to some exclusive content, Q&As, live streams. So thank you for considering that as well. See you in the next one.